Hi everybody, a very good afternoon. I'm Justin Kapani. I'm the founder and CEO of I'm Decor Design. We're in the business of manufacturing and designing home and office decor and interior solutions. I'm the founder and the CEO, and we are presently based in Delhi NCR, Noida. But we design, manufacture, and supply products to all over the world. What's the thought share and the video all about? It's not about work. It's not about the usual thought shares and stuff. It's actually about being in the moment and staying in the moment and making the best of it. Most of you know that I follow Buddhism. There's so many people in my community and everywhere who follow different school of thoughts and stuff like that. So this is actually a read on mindfulness because people ought to be in the present moment. So what is mindfulness? Mindfulness is no rocket science. Mindfulness just means that you have to be in the present moment and let go of the narratives of the past or the future and stuff. Rest, we all have stories, we all have experiences. Negativity says that people are carrying baggage, and positivity means you have experiences, good and bad. So it's the way you look at it, it's the perspective and stuff. Mindfulness is this chapter which I'm reading here, and it's called Sitting Down in Zen, Walking in Zen, and is iPhone and iPhone and sorry, not architecture. Is your laptop actually Zen? So it's an interesting set of lines which shares about an experience where a person who's actually practicing mindfulness goes to a temple in Nagano, and he says, "I'm transported back to the distant past. I went into a Buddhist temple and saw the monks meditating in a specially decorated room. The session ended, and each monk returned to the chores and the tasks of the day. One of them got into the garden and started planting flowers. The other one started having green tea. The other sat down on a bench and did nothing. And I was gradually amazed to see that one of them took out an iPhone and started looking at his phone, and he was happy and smiling because he had answered the messages he had received, and he had even let out a little bit of belly laugh. Okay, so then he says he put the iPhone back in the pocket, and as he put the iPhone back in the pocket, he turned to the guy who's a narrator of the story. He says, he asked me my name, where I came from, and while I was answering him, he looked into my eyes as if I were the only thing present and that existed in that present time. So after the initial conversation, I asked him, doesn't the iPhone or a laptop, if you ever use it, distract you when you're practicing Zen? So his reply was, sitting down is Zen, walking is Zen, the iPhone is Zen, but do not waver. And the monk's reply was a variation of the saying that sit down, walk, and do not falter. So this Zen monk, or the Zen saying, actually carries the essence that mindfulness is really important, being present in the present moment, feeling your body, feeling your consciousness, and being aware of how you're feeling. And when you're sitting down, you let yourself devote all your consciousness and body to what you're feeling, and what the circumstances and the situation is around you. You do not concentrate on the act of walking or talking, but you do not falter, but you're actually present in the moment in everything you do. And if you're eating, move the cell phone away from the table. Do not look at it. If you have finished your lunch or dinner, even when you're moving around and you're eating with others, try and give undivided attention to eating. If you're having a stroll, enjoy the walk as if it were the most important thing in the world. And if you're taking a shower, imagine it to be the last one that you're ever going to take, and take it as if this is going to be the best shower of your life. Value each instant the hot water is massaging your body with, and the soap and everything, and you're going to definitely enjoy being in the moment and stuff. Okay, so there's so many of us, we do this. We carry a phone wherever we are. I mean, I do this so many times. You carry your phone. You're traveling somewhere, you're checking your phone. You're in a metro, you're checking a phone. You go into a washroom, you're sometimes checking your phone. You're in an office meeting, you go into the boardroom, you're checking your phone. You're kind of driving, you're checking your phone and stuff. So it doesn't always mean that you're addicted. It just means that you have to be careful and cautious about where you're using your phone and how you're using your phone. and you have to divide your day to flow with the day and go through it. And it's not like every time the routine or the discipline you follow around calling someone, or the protocol you follow is going to be understood and followed by everybody else. Okay, so what makes sense is that if you want to come across as consistent and stuff, you can follow the protocol of having certain calls in the morning, certain calls in the evening. But if there's something really urgent and important, then other people have to be available, and you have to pick up the phone and have a conversation. So I love this read because it also reminds me of the movie. If you've seen the movie Hangover, Hangover part 3 or something, it's really funny where the guys get slapped by the monks and stuff because they are consistently, disturbing the monks who are in their practice and everything. So it's an amazing flick to watch. So try and be in the moment and stuff, because when you kind of slow down, when you cool down, you kind of get insights into a lot of stuff that is forthcoming, or on critical or crucial decisions that you have to take. And one thing which they tell you in mindfulness is avoid talking too much about the past, the wrong past, the negative past. Let it go. I mean, people say that you're holding on to stuff, you're bringing up old conversations, you're kind of wanting people also to be around that and stuff. So there's nothing wrong in that. But the point is, you're still living in the past and you're living in this. The word is nostalgia. The point is to be in the present. The point is to be in the moment, and the point is to kind of take a collective look as to where your life is, which year this is, and if it is something which is bothering people, and it is kind of not making them comfortable, and it's making people revisit the unnecessary stuff. It's always a good idea to stop talking about the negative or the unnecessary, because that just means that you're kind of you know in a circle or a loop of recalling or revisiting only the negative. So try and focus on the positive. Try and give a direction to the positive. Try and speak to positive people. Try and look at positive things. And yes, otherwise कह नहीं सकते, I mean, दुनिया में हिंदी में let me explain to you in Hindi, मतलब कह नहीं सकते कि कब आपकी क्या memory आ जाए. I mean, one can't say what memory comes at what point of time, but the point is you have to be aware, and you have to make the conscious decision to be in the moment. Okay, so grandparents have a lot of stories to share when small children are sitting around the grandparents and stuff. But the point is, allow your parents, at least, not the grandparents, to be at least in the present moment, and discuss and talk about only the present fun. Nobody wants to go 20 years forward. Not too many people want to go 20 years backward and stuff. So try and be in the moment and be like the monks, enjoying what is around you, and not kind of raking up stuff and all that. And if you're focusing on one thing, focus on one thing. And yes, you may be a multitasker, and you have to challenge your brain and think on different things and all that. But then mindfulness definitely helps you and comes back to the moment. And the positive about mindfulness is that when you're meditating, or when you're chanting, or when you're kind of going through this whole thing about, let's say, Buddhism chanting or any mantra, the objective is to form new energy, and it's also applicable in neurosciences. Not too many people can come up with solutions and stuff, but when you're meditating and chanting and stuff, you come to the root cause. And once you know the root cause of the situation and stuff, you can find a solution and move on. So that's that. So divide your day to kind of flow, and let the time let your time also go with the flow. Try not to control everything. It's great to be in charge of your mindset. It's great to be in charge of how you're feeling and stuff, but try and get other people also in the situation. And the more the merrier also works at times, because when there are more minds, you can have more solutions coming in without making a khichdi about it. So that's that. So this is amazing. So enjoy your day, have fun, value everything. If you're having a chai, pause for a minute. And if there are people around you, try and also get them in this habit of pausing for a minute. So did you get the flavor of the coffee? Did you get the flavor of the chai? So this is it, like you do wine tasting and you do food tasting and stuff. Try and also slow down when you're eating, and when you're kind of having your meals and stuff, because that also kind of works very well positively with your systems and stuff like that. So love and luck. I'm Jashin Kapani. I'm the founder of I'm Decor and Design. We're in the business of designing and manufacturing home and office decor and interior solutions. So you have a great day, have a great start, and remember, when you're stepping out, remember to wear your glasses because pollution is under control and stuff, so things are not that bad. I've just driven to South Delhi and come back, so the traffic is smooth, the weather is amazing. The cops are on the job. I think there's some atrocious rule where you can't drive a car of, I don't know what is this B20 thing. A lot of people are not aware about it, including me. So read about it, research about it before you go, because I find it really atrocious. You come back traveling, let's say you've come from London, you come from China, you come from Bangalore, you don't know the rules and stuff, and they're throwing a challan of 20,000 bucks on you and stuff, which makes no sense. And they want you to be aware, if you've not read the paper, so you're going to be in a deep spot and stuff. So anybody who's following this, do recommend the traffic police and the leaders and people in departments to put up signboards and signages, so at least we are informed. I mean, I've not read about it, so we got into a situation there. So anyways, in the moment helps and stuff, so that's a different topic altogether. So try and meditate and try and chant, try and slow down and try and soak up whatever, like I said. And you're definitely going to make time for reading, because reading definitely helps you. There's no rocket science, but by now I think I've shared this before. If you read at least for half an hour or 1 hour, it helps people relax a lot and stuff, and it helps you connect with the reality. The phone, playing games, and too much of technology can be a bad mess, because if that's taken away from you, then you're going to have, sometimes people have withdrawal symptoms and stuff. So it's better to be in the real world, connecting with the real world, feeling everything. If you have greenery around you, take a look at the greenery, and if you want to do a small test, just kind of try and have some diffusers and some agarbattis and stuff like that happening, because they're all going to keep you grounded in the moment and stuff. So love it, luck, and take care, have fun, have a blast. Cheers, bye bye, take care.